right, so John, what is the most haunted place that you've been?
The place I've gotten the most activity would be in the town of Columbia.
Ooh, that's what I wanted to ask you. Yes.
Our group does tours through the docent group, the Friends of Columbia. We do tours to help them raise money twice a year. And the most haunted place I've gotten the most activity, I think it's because we've been there multiple times, is the Wells Fargo building, which is on our tour, and the Hotel Jeffrey.
Nice. Now, are those overnight? You spend the night there, or?
What we do is it's a 4 to 5 hour tour.
Okay.
Depending on, and usually it's about 4 hours, but sometimes if we're getting like a lot of activity, we'll go a little later. We'll do the tour, and we'll have 4 locations. Usually it's the Wells Fargo building. We have a couple other places that we kind of switch out. And basically we we break them into groups, and we have depending on, I think max for the whole tour is 30 people, and then we'll break those into smaller groups, and then we'll have 3 to 4 groups going to each location and kind of doing a little history, and then doing a little mini investigation at the time where they can take part in the EVP sessions and do some investigation.
Nice. I have heard some great things about Columbia. That's why I wanted to bring it up. I'm glad he brought it up himself. The tour is absolutely phenomenal. So for those of you out there, after COVID is done, I would highly, highly recommend checking it out. Full Spectrum Paranormal. Definitely check them out.
So we should put this out there, that when things open up again, that we should probably try to get a What Up Placer group to go on a tour.
Oh, yes.
So
You want to
if you
go?
want to go, you should probably be commenting that you want to be a part of that tour.
And you
and
should
anybody who wants
subscribe.
to take my place, because I don't need to go.
No, he's going. Don't jellyfish on us now. You gotta go.
But if you want to go on a tour, let's start a list.
Yes.
Let's start a list. We can get a group of people from Placer, What Up Placer, our fans that want to go on this. And there's and high school kids too, because
as long as they have parents.
that parent comes with them.
You guys hear that? Chaperones, it's not just here you go. You
gotta
drop
go
your
with.
kids out. Nope, moms, dads, you
That's
guys
right.
gotta come too.
Yeah, and we do the tours to basically raise money for it goes to the Friends of Columbia group, which is the docents, and they also do the Diggins Festival, which is educational, teaches gold, period gold mining.
Cool.
And it also helps to redo, repair, restore, and improve the park.
Okay.
So, it's something we do. It's kind of our way of giving back, because they let us do, get into these locations and have allowed us to investigate multiple times in these historical spots.
I like it.
And so we do that to
Give back, right?
Yeah, and they basically,
Definitely.
you can look on, I believe it's Friends of Columbia, their website has where you can purchase tickets, and I'll be contacting Rosie, who I believe is still the acting president of the Friends of Columbia's group, about setting up what dates we want to try doing for next year. We haven't been able to do it this year because of all the COVID, so hopefully things will improve.
Good. I
Because
love
we
it.
miss going there.
I was worried too, and so I was just when I said next to Richard, and then I like
I want to know, because you've done a lot of things where you said with audio, and you've seen dials moving and lights and things like that. Let's talk about what you've seen. What is it? Shadows? Is you seen more with your eyes that have come across that you've seen? And can you explain that? And what is visually have you seen? Which is going to scare the Jesus out of me. What are those kind of things that you've run across?
Well, it will really scare you, because a lot of times it's not, you know, for me, it's not it's in front of me here, it's
Ooh.
that fleeting glimpse in the side, like, is that a person? And then you double look and there's nobody there.
Yeah.
You know, it's those,
Or you see little boys or little girls just standing there and you look back and they're gone.
we were doing an investigation in Hangman's Cafe in Placerville.
Okay, yeah.
And we were in the upper area that has no electricity, no windows, and there was a room that faces the front of the building, and so light from the street was coming in, and I was walking by the doorway, and I saw something about this tall, which that's about 2.5 feet, bipedal, go across the doorway, and I go in the room, and there's nothing there. But I see it in like my corner of my eye. I've seen a lot of what I've experienced is more audible, like footsteps. When the first time we were doing the Hotel Jeffrey is we were sitting, the whole team was in one room and I was standing in the doorway, and when you're on the upper floor, there's a staircase and the room's it's an L shape, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was standing in the room that's right on that corner. And so I can see down both hallways. And I hear a deep, like somebody go, like 10 feet from me. And
You're looking around.
yeah, I'm looking like,
Just taking a deep breath.
there, what's going on?
Yikes.
So yeah.
We've all had paranormal experiences. Mind if I tell you about one of mine?
Sure.
So, I grew up near Colma. It's in Daly City, California, and San Bruno, all that area on the peninsula. My house was haunted. I was fortunate enough. I thought it was cool. And one night, I'll never forget this. I'm sitting there laying in bed, and I hear my door to my closet open up. And so I'm like, what's going on? So, you know, being the teenager that I am, I roll over like, all right, Mom, what do you want, Dad? Well, I didn't realize at the time it was my closet door. My closet door opened wide open. A woman in like, I don't know, 18th century period clothing walks out, curtsies, goes back into my closet and closes my closet door. And I went, well, that's interesting. 2 nights later, my grandfather, who passed away, came over, sat on my bed, felt something on me, thought it was my mom coming in, or my dad coming in, and all it said was, it's going to be okay. Still to this day, I have no idea what that message means, but those are 2 things that happened that I was very interested in, so I thought it was kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Visitations are very common. That's actually one of the only time I've actually been physically touched was by something paranormal. Was not on an investigation, but it happened the evening my grandmother passed away.
Oh, wow.
I remember I was laying in bed reading a ghost book, because that's what I read, and I felt somebody grab and gently shake my foot.
Oh, wow.
And I look at the time and I just make note of it, and then about an hour later my father calls me and letting me know that my grandmother passed away about an hour prior. So
She was just letting you know everything's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Firm believer.
Do you, I think this, before we wrap up, this is my last big question was, have you ever gone in to an investigation and you felt like you just aren't wanted there? Like it's just an eerie,
Yes.
Tell me about that.
It was the Pioneer Cemetery in the town of Coloma.
Okay.
And a friend of mine went, it wasn't night, but it was like getting closer to twilight hours. And the front part of the cemetery, if you've been there, it's on a hill. And like we moved further back to the back corner, we just got this like growing impression that something didn't want us there and that it wasn't necessarily going to be friendly about it.
Oh, wow.
So nothing happened, but we just both, I always like, if something's saying get out, go with your gut, because that's usually when bad things happen. If you go to a spot and your gut's telling you don't.
My gut's telling me don't right now.
Oh, stop it. You'll be fine.
If I watch Poltergeist,
Relax.
to this day, I will drive over to my parents' house and fall asleep at the base of their bed.
Oh my goodness. Now, actually, that brings up another question that you bring all that up. Have you ever had an attachment or know of anybody that's had an attachment?
I have had attachments. I've had it twice.
Oh, wow.
Both of them are from not following my own rule of if you're not feeling well, you're not in the right headspace.
Okay.
If your head's not in the game, don't go on investigation. But I went on investigation and I wound up having something. It wasn't like, it wasn't anything that like throwing stuff around or anything like that, but it's just kind of like negative feeling.
Make you feel down.
Just kind of like, just like no matter how much sleep you get, you just feel drained.
Wow.
And the other time I was helping a friend who was going through some stuff and she had some attachments and one of them didn't necessarily like me helping her.
Wow.
And so it attached itself to me and kind of gave me drained energy. And I saw something with that one that I'm like, okay, I got to take care of this. It was rather creepy experience. It didn't scare me, but it was like when I explained it to people, they're like, oh my gosh, that's horrible. I saw a humanoid figure, like an old man, but like just like in shadow form with a pot belly, walking across the foot of my bed, but in that creepy stop motion jerky action.
Oh, wow. That is trippy.
That's something I would do to a friend.
Yeah, you'd have to. I mean, we got the hot belly, but
I would totally creep out a friend just like
I
that.
have always joked about going on like the Preston Castle tour, but getting one of those shadow suits. They sell the whole body shadow suit and just like running around.
that would be great.
That'd be a good way to mess with people on
Oh my God, that would
investigations.
be
Oh my
fun.
gosh.
Yeah, wow. I'm like,
We could go on forever.
Hold on. How did you get rid of the attachment?
Yes.
How I got rid of the attachment is I basically just called on, it's like we have allies on the other side. It's like you have family members and friends and pets and however you want to belief system you subscribe to, you have those at your disposal. And what I did is I just basically called on my, it's like I have both sets of grandparents. I have a brother, I have aunts over there, I have many friends who are over there, and it's like, look, you can leave now or I'm going to call people to make you leave.
And you're not gonna like it.
Exactly. That's one of the things when it comes to like, for you especially, when it comes to going to haunted locations,
Yeah.
is you are the one in control.
Okay.
You are.
So by being scared, you're opening.
Yeah, you're
more
because
towards you?
if you are like, oh my God, I'm scared, you are putting out this fear, and so anything positive that wanted to interact with you isn't, because it's like, I don't want to scare them even more.
Okay.
But then you have things that are negative that will feed on that fear that will interact with you.
Can that work with you on the opposite end? As like you're so fired up about going in and doing it that it can attach to you positively because you're positively going in, or is
No,
it-
usually you don't get you don't get attachments from positive spirits. You can get like ones that kind of like, hey, I like your energy, so we'll kind of like, they may hang around for like a day just to get to know you, and then they'll move on.
Okay.
But you have like, it's the negative ones, and usually it's like it's somebody who isn't. It's the not restful spirits, it's the hungry spirits, and they want to feed on that negative energy because they're just not happy.
Yeah.
They wanna bring dread.
We
Yeah.
want happy ghosts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would, if I go.
Amen.
When-
Well, yeah.
In your dreams that I go.
No jellyfishing allowed.
Oh, I would be very
he's
excited
going.
to go. If I go, I'll get pumped up for it. And
Better yet, we'll bring Kira.
Kira will be the leader.
We'll bring her instead.
That's right. My daughter.
We'll leave you in the car because you got a driver.
My daughter loves this. So it was her recommendation for us to look into paranormal.
Yes.
So,
Thank
this
you,
is why
Kara.
we're here. Yes, that's right. So this was awesome. We
Oh
could
my
go
God,
on and on and
yes.
on.
Okay.
We've shared a ton of information with you in this
Wow.
show. We're gonna obviously this is gonna happen in the
Yeah.
future.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if you want to be a part of a group that goes with us, you're gonna want to comment.
Yep,
You gotta want to comment.
definitely. And notify. Don't forget the bell over there. You're gonna want to, get notified about all these things that are going on.
Absolutely. But the first thing you gotta do is subscribe.
Yeah. Oh, bingo. Subscribe.
Then you can get the notification bell.
That's right.
Then you can like our show
Yep.
and also comment if you want. If you like what we're doing, if you don't like what we're doing, then we'll blame Chris. If if you want to come on this when we
Yeah.
set it up,
Yeah.
comment. We'll get you on the list and we'll put a group together and we'll obviously
Have
this
some
is gonna
fun with
support-
John and
Yeah.
full spectrum
support
paranormal.
important
Let's
people.
go.
Let's do this. So thank you, John, for coming.
You're welcome.
Thank
We
you
really
so
appreciate
much.
it. And
Oh,
this
man, that was fun.
this is awesome. This is amazing what we're doing here. So
Oh,
thank you so
yes.
much.
Thank you for
Appreciate
having
your
us.
time.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And thanks for coming and watching What Up Plaster, and we'll see you next time.
What up, Plaster? Bye.
Toodles.